Have a good night, Kamala Harris. Now's the time I need you on my side.
No, that was the most racist joke ever.
No.
The rule is that no matter what you do in your artistic expression, you are never, ever allowed to upset the alphabet people. You know who I mean. Those people that took 20% of the alphabet for themselves.
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world.
Being a comedian in this day and age has to be one of the best jobs ever. Not only do they get a free pass to roast woke culture for the circus it is, but they get to do it with style, swagger, and just enough immunity to sidestep the outraged mob. These are 7 insane times comedians completely destroyed woke culture, starting with the time Ricky Gervais completely obliterated practically everyone at the Golden Globes.
People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up.
The 77th Golden Globe Awards was hands down the best one yet, and that's all thanks to Ricky Gervais. Now, when you hand the mic to a brutally honest anti-woke comedian at an event full of woke Hollywood elites, you know it's gonna be a bloodbath, and Gervais did not disappoint.
A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and fuck off. Okay?
This wasn't the first time Gervais put the ultra-politically correct crowd in their place. The guy practically dragged them to school.
There's loads of types of comedy, and comedy evolves, you know. There's a new type of comedy at the moment called woke comedy, right? No, it's very progressive, you know. There are some clubs now where the comedian has to sign a thing saying he won't say anything contentious or he won't say anything that could offend anyone. It's a safe space for the audience. Woke comedy. And I tried to watch a bit of it, and I decided I'd rather watch Louis C.K. masturbate.
In his 2022 Netflix special, Supernature, Gervais cranked up the heat on the trans community and everything else in between. He mocked pronouns, went all in on guys who think just declaring themselves women makes it a reality, and pushed their buttons so hard that the woke community practically short-circuited.
You can't predict what will be offensive in the future. You don't know who the dominant mob will be. You know, like, the worst thing you can say today, get you cancelled on Twitter, death threats, whatever, the worst thing you can say today is, women don't have penises, right? Now, no one saw that coming. There are no 10-year-old tweets of people saying... You won't find a 10-year-old tweet of someone saying women don't have penises. Do you know why? We didn't think we fucking had to.
And you know who else has been setting the woke brigade on fire? Troy Bond.
I give credit where credit is due. I'm probably the most pro-anti-Trump comic out there. That
You're not.
Shut the fuck up!
No, you shut the fuck up. As a white guy trying to talk for black people.
I'm not.
Bitch, no, you're not.
Yes, I wasn't.
No, you were.
You just tuned in.
You were trying to.
Well,
you were trying to.
For what? What are you upset about? It's not me.
No, and shut up. Any black person ever tried to laugh at his fucking jokes? No.
This whole thing went down during a stand-up performance at the Broadway Comedy Club in New York. Troy Bond was up there doing his thing when a heckler accused him of being racist, which is definitely not the move you want to make at a comedy show. True to form, Bond mocked her accusations and kept rolling with his set, but instead of taking the hint, she decided to get cray-cray. It got so out of hand that security had to escort the woman out, but just before she left, Bond dropped one last bomb on her.
You a bitch.
Why do you think I'm doing this for a living? You think I was a football player? I'm a bitch, goddammit. There's nothing you can say to me I haven't said 6 inches from the mirror. You're the first name going in my suicide note tonight. Have a good night, Kamala Harris. Now's the time I need you on my side.
No, that was the most racist joke ever.
No, I got like 4 more in the chamber.
Now, that's how you get a crazy person out of your party. And you can say Sammy Obeid took a few lessons when he sent this woke heckler to bed.
It's good. What's that?
Said you need to stop picking on people. Start doing real jokes.
I'm just going to repeat what he said, and I'm not lying. He said you need to stop picking on people and start telling real jokes. What? Now.
Why are you applauding yourself, you jack?
Now, if you know a thing or two about Obeid, then you'd know he knows how to crack the audience up with mathematical humor. But when he was doing his usual thing in one of his shows, a woke heckler shouted that he sucked. Instead of letting it rattle him, Sammy turned the whole thing into comedic gold. He effortlessly worked the heckler's comment into his act and used it as a springboard for even more jokes. By the time he was done, he didn't just shut the party popper down. It won over the audience, who loved how effortlessly Sammy flipped the situation in his favor.
Now.
Why are you applauding yourself, you jackass?
My brother. Okay, look. I'm a person, you're a person. I'm talking about real shit. Majoring in math, did that. Palestinian Jewish roommate, did that. Family from Beirut, did that shit. This is all real shit, brother. This is all real shit. This is my life. This is my life. You don't like talking about race? You don't like talking about race? Is that your thing?
It's the cheap way out.
It's the cheap way out, man. Well, you know what? Race is a reality to me, man. And it's a reality to most people. And I'm making light of it. I'm making light of it, brother.
It seems like some folks are just waiting for a reason to get offended, even when it's all in good fun. Anyways, Dave Chappelle ate and left no crumbs when he made a complete spectacle of the alphabet community.
But you see, what I didn't realize at the time and what Kevin had to learn the hard way is we were breaking an unwritten and unspoken rule of show business. And if I say it, you'll know that I'm telling you the truth. The rule is that no matter what you do in your artistic expression, you are never, ever allowed to upset the alphabet people.
In his Netflix special, The Closer, Dave Chappelle took multiple direct shots at woke culture, particularly targeting the alphabet arm of the movement. But Dave didn't just stop there. After the show, they came for his head. But let's be real, when you're a comedian, those accusations don't really stick, do they? Anyways, not only did Dave let it roll off his back, he got on another show and called the entire industry out on how much they are obsessed with dictating what people can and cannot say.
I want everyone in this audience to know that even though the media frames this, that it's me versus that community, that is not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say.
Another guy that has made sure to drag woke culture in practically all his jokes is Kavan, and nothing is ever gonna beat the time he absolutely destroyed woke culture's idea of inclusion, when all they do is keep adding alphabets.
So here's what happened. I get to the college and the student advisor is the lady in charge. She goes, just so you know, we did not have a good experience with our last comedian, and we want to make sure that you understand this is the student safe space. We don't want to trigger them. So all we ask is you don't talk about race, religion, politics, gender, sexuality, and don't make direct eye contact with them.
During one of his shows, Kayvon shared a hilarious story about a college gig where things took a ridiculous turn. While performing, he tried to be inclusive and greeted the LQB community. But in typical woke fashion, a woman in the audience got mad at him for not saying the full ever-growing acronym LGBTQIA+, because apparently stopping at LGBTQ is a crime these days. Kayvon turned the whole thing into comedy gold about how impossible it is to keep up with the expanding alphabet soup of gender and sexual identities. He even compared it to how much simpler things were in his father's generation, poking fun at the fact that people just keep inventing new letters and terms, whether it makes sense or not. And honestly, it doesn't make any sense most of the time.
She goes, where's the LGBTQ students? I go, that was nothing. She goes, it's LGBTQIAA+, you idiot. And then she stormed off. Yeah, I was like, wait, I didn't know they did an update. Did you guys know they did an update? No. If you did, that's cool. That you're like an iPhone 16. You're updated. I'm a little older. I'm an iPhone 7. I'm not quite there. iPhone 7 used to be good. It's not as good anymore, but don't hate on the iPhone 7, all right? It had its time.
As funny as it sounds, it's downright insane how woke folks are out here inventing new names and tags whenever they feel like it. And heaven forbid you don't keep up with their ever-changing rule book. Suddenly you're worse than Hitler for not dancing to their tune. But hey, at least we've still got guys like Andrew Schultz around to take out the trash.
I don't want to talk about that. What, do you really like animals, miss? Yes, you do. Which ones are your favorite? Every animal? That's sweet. Every single animal. They all have life. You're right. 100% right about that. They don't all need to.
Thankfully, this one isn't about the Alphabet Gang and how obnoxious they can be, but the knockout was still as crazy. During one of his shows, an activist started grilling Andrew Schultz about his stance on eating meat and animal rights, trying to paint him as the villain for not being a devoted animal lover. At first, Schultz tried to dodge the drama and all, but when she wouldn't let up, he decided to shut her down in the best way possible. Not only did he turn the whole thing into a joke, but he also called her out on her hypocrisy.
In the Philippines, are there any animals that they eat that we don't eat here?
I just told my English friend that we're not going to win this.
You're not going to win this. But it's not about win or lose. It's not about win or lose. It's just about understanding shit. In the Philippines, they eat dogs because they don't care as much about dogs, right? Because they don't have Chipotle.
I guess she got the message loud and clear. Next time, don't throw stones when you live in a glass house, just because you want to sound woke. So if you're tired of tiptoeing around the never-ending woke alphabet, hit that subscribe button and join us on the right side of satire.